A young woman is found in an abandoned field, her hands bound with her own clothing. Police assume it is just another tragedy in the midst of the ongoing chaos post-apartheid South Africa, until another body appears, then another. To fully understand the storm that Moses Sithole unleashed, you must return to the beginning, where it all started in Vosloorus, near Boksburg, an inland township in Gauteng. He is one of 5 children to Simon and Sophie Sithole. Poverty was a common feature in his life and was heightened after the death of his father. Being unable to take care of her children, Sophie abandoned them at a police station. They were then placed in an orphanage and had to watch the world silently through a cracked window. He eventually ran away and ended up working in the Johannesburg gold mines. Like many serial killers, it has been surmised that his mother's abandonment could have played a major role in his aggressive nature towards women. He has been described as a charming, handsome man who is highly intelligent and sociable, luring his victims into falling for his job promises and traps. It is not known when Sithole raped his first victim, but his first recorded incidence of rape was in 1987 by Patricia Kumalo, who later testified in his publicized trial. In 1989, he also raped Bayiswa Doris, who reported him, which led to his arrest. In 1989, he was sentenced to 6 years for the rape of Ms. Doris and held at the Boksburg prison. Perhaps these 2 incidents made him learn a lesson in prison that leaving rape victims alive can produce fatal consequences. When he walked out of prison, he walked out with a plan in mind. He posed as a kind recruiter working for a community-based organization offering jobs to desperate women. He sounded polite, trustworthy, and educated, and when they followed him, nobody ever saw them alive again. With time, the killings increased, and the police couldn't keep up. Every week a woman disappeared, and bodies kept piling up. The media named him the ABC Killer, due to bodies being found in 3 zones: Atteridgeville, Boksburg, and Cleveland. The then-President Nelson Mandela even visited one of the grisly scenes of discovery. When journalists caught wind of killings, headlines exploded. South Africa has just emerged from apartheid and was still battling chaos from within. A serial killer seemed to be on the loose. With increased media coverage and public outcry, local authorities sought external help from retired FBI profiler Robert Ressler, who assisted them in developing a profile of the serial killer. His profile indicated that an intelligent, organized individual with a high sex drive was responsible, and was operating with a growing sense of confidence. With a profile established, at a crime scene where Amelia Rapideal's body was found a job application form. She had last been seen with a man named Moses Sithole. A second victim then showed a similar connection to Sithole, and it was then that the police were confident that Moses Sithole was their suspect. However, they were unable to locate Moses. On October 3, 1995, the body of Agnes Mbuli was discovered. On the same day, a call came in to the Star newspaper from a man claiming to be the serial killer. With some detailed information he shared that was not in the public domain, the police were convinced that indeed the caller was the killer they had been looking for. Being unable to locate him, the police released the killer's details to the media. With his details out in the public, he tried to seek refuge from family members. The police finally cornered him in 1995. Moses didn't make the capture easy. He attacked an officer and tried to get away, which led to him being shot in the leg and stomach. While seeking medical attention, he confessed to the murders. In 1997, the court delivered a verdict unlike any other: 2,410 years in prison. For many families, justice came too late. But Sithole's crimes changed South African policing forever. New investigative units were formed and the database was upgraded. This was the story of Moses Sithole, the charming killer who turned trust into a weapon. If you want more stories like this, subscribe to Dark Chronicles with Starfire.